Hello, this is Virtualis the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Recently I played a game where in the opening I found an absolutely incredible double poisoned piece trap. Let's take a look. So I had the white pieces in this game, e4, and my opponent played c5, the Sicilian Defense. Against the Sicilian, I've been trying to learn and also playing the Smith-Morra Gambit, immediately sort of asking the question of what is that pawn doing there. Typically they'll take and then immediate c3, asking for them to take again. And at the end of that transformation, so this is a Smith-Morra Gambit Accepted, the idea is that white gives up a pawn for quicker development and black is, they've just lost their c-pawn. They play d6, pretty normal, bishop c4, they develop their knight, I develop my knight to f3, and here black plays a logical looking move, but it's actually a blunder. You can see almost +3, a bishop to g4, ostensibly trying to pin the knight to the queen. Now, why is this a problem? Well, let's take stock of the position. The general attacking idea for white here hinges on two specific tactics. The first is that the king is the only defender of the f7 pawn, which means that if the bishop takes the pawn, the king is forced to make that move. So that's a very forcing attack that we have. The second tactic here is that this pawn on d6 is almost pinned to the queen. And what do I mean by almost? Well, it's only not pinned to the queen as long as the king is providing defense to the queen. So there's a contingent here. At the moment, the pawn could move out of this file, but it cannot move out of the file if the king moves from that position. Now, these two issues, these two sort of potential tactical ideas is where Stockfish, I think, is the best line, and also the trap that ended up playing. Now, Stockfish does have a principled approach to play this position, and what Stockfish recommends is the immediate bishop to f3 with check. King is forced to take that bishop, and then now we've got knight to e5 with check, and here, remember what I said before, the pawn is in fact pinned to the queen, because if they take the knight, then the queen is lost. So in this position, the king must go back to its opening square to e8, and now white can capture, captures back, queen captures, and at the end of the sequence, white is ahead on development, but there is material equality. And Stockfish gives this approximately +2 for white. So very, very good advantage for white. So that's what Stockfish recommends is the best line. It's also, I think, completely boring. And I also didn't find it in the game either. So going back to right after bishop g4, what did I play? Well, I found this very, very spicy move, knight to e5. So counterattacking the bishop, but seemingly hanging the queen, hanging the knight. What is black going to do? Now, the interesting thing here is that, if black goes, oh, white just played a blunder, it's oh no, my queen, and they take the queen, then I've got bishop captures the pawn on f7, and that will be mate. That's a check. The bishop is defended by the knight, and the king's only escape square on d7 is also defended by the knight. Very similar to the trap in the von Hennig Gambit in the Caro-Kann defense. Now, black might think that something is up. It's going, oh, why are they hanging the queen? And then they sort of look through, oh, yes, I can see that. I'm not fooled, and decide then to go, well, the knight's just hanging, free for the taking, I'll take that instead. And that is what my opponent in fact did. They took that hanging knight. However, in this trap, not only is the queen poisoned, but that knight was similarly poisoned because we still have bishop to f7 with check, and here my opponent opted to resign. Can you see why? King is forced to take, and as soon as they do that, the queen takes the queen. Absolutely devastating, brilliant trap, GG. The big takeaway from this game is that the Smith-Morra Gambit is a tricky and effective opening against the Sicilian Defense. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.